Hey, it can be a challenge running your own business. You get really busy, you're trying to build a team, you're trying to keep up to date with the market. Things don't always run smoothly. I know exactly what that's like. I've been there. Perhaps you're not even sure if you've got the right price for your products or the business model. You see other people seem to be going quite well, but yet it's so difficult for you. Maybe your revenue is softening off, flatlining, dropping, or maybe it's spiraling out of control because you're on a rocket ship, but you just don't know how to handle that rocket ship. And it gets lonely at the top. There aren't that many people you can actually talk to about your business. You can't talk to family and friends, schoolmates, and sometimes in the online environments, there are competitors who might smile to your face, but really they don't want you to go too well. They kind of secretly wish that you don't. It can get a bit lonely. There are a few paths you probably took to get here. Maybe you went to school, did some study, got a job, and then broke out on your own. Or maybe you quit school early and you went in as an expert on something, went quite well at it, and here you are. You've got an online business and you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even a couple of million. That's great. You got to this point and it's an awesome place to be. In fact, most people will never even reach that point. Hi, I'm James Schramko and I have real-world experience. Through my career as a general manager, I was running big Mercedes-Benz dealerships in Australia here that were doing between $50 and $100 million a year in revenue. We had a big team between 70 and 100 people in each of the dealerships I ran, and it was a difficult business. We sold stock, we sold time, and we sold money. We also sold things that were here now and coming in the future. So I got a really good exposure. Also, I got pretty good at local marketing because there were 7 other people who could sell the exact same product within a 20-minute drive, but also that international brand experience that you get with a huge company like Mercedes-Benz. Prior to that, I'd actually worked for BMW, Vodafone, and General Motors, so I've seen the gamut of enterprise level business. The smallest business I worked for, apart from my own lawn mowing round, was with my grandfather as a timber broker in his backyard, and I learnt a lot of my telephone skills from him. These days, I've actually coached over 3,500 people online, and my current portfolio of students and partners is generating around $72 million per year in revenue. I'm a partner in half a dozen businesses. I have a handful of private coaching clients, and I have a mentor group. What I bring to the table is I simplify the complicated. I make a low friction way for people to move forward, knowing what the right thing to do is. I guess you could call it a shortcut. And I've built a perfect platform to deliver this. Here's how it works. I have a personal mentoring chat thread with you on my app that is essentially on your phone, so you can talk to it, type words, or load a video such as a Loom video and update me with whatever's going on. It's an asynchronous communication channel. I will respond daily, and doing that, we move forward together, so you'll never be alone anymore on your journey. Of course, I get some questions that I've had before, so I've assembled some playbooks from my notes and from what I've seen go well for clients and put them into an easily digestible format that I might refer you to and say, hey, there's a playbook for that, and it will be the shortest possible steps to get the maximum possible result. Kind of a minimum effective dose. So there are some playbooks available, but only if you need them, and we can talk about if you need them. I also run a weekly group call in my mentor group. So every week there are 4 different time zones, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You get on a call, it's on Zoom, and we'll go through a framework. We'll share a win. We'll talk about a challenge you need help with, and then we'll decide on the most high impact action for you to do for the next week. I'm absolutely certain if you come to these calls every week, you will make progress. We're going to be talking about 50 times a year. People who have been in that group have been doing that in some cases since 2010. So I've had some really great successes with this format. In fact, I think it predated a lot of the online communities now. Certainly it was around when everyone was doing these 3 times a year, 25K mastermind groups. But the frequency of meeting every week and the convenience of doing it online is hard to beat. So in summary, with you and I working on your business together, we can achieve great things. I'll find out what your goals are when you come on board. We'll do an initial diagnosis. You'll answer a few questions. I will then collate my answers with the proprietary way that I do this, and I've been doing this for a long time now. And I'm going to ask you further questions, and then together we're going to work out the next 3 things you need to do to move your business forward. It doesn't matter what my goals are, it matters what your goals are. So we work only around your needs. If you want to work more, that's fine. If you want to do a particular business model, I will support you. There are a couple of things I don't touch, and I should just outline those now. I'm not interested in multi-level marketing. I'm not interested in doing a brand new startup from scratch. And I'm not the person to take your big company and float it with a venture capital funding raise. They're not my special skills. But if you have an agency, an information product, if you're an expert, if you've got some kind of software as a service, or you're going okay with e-commerce, then we're fine with that. You must have your own online business, and you should be a key decision maker. You're probably wondering if it's worked for others. It certainly has. I work still with Pat Flynn. I've also helped people like Ezra Firestone, Chandler Bolt, Justin Brooke, Andre Chaperon, Ryan Levesque. The list goes on. In fact, I'll make an entire page just for success stories so that you can really check it out and be comfortable that I am the right person to help you. So I invite you to come along to my weekly group calls. Involve me with a one-to-one private chat. I don't have a big long-term contract. Now it's time to make a decision. You can continue on the path you're on, and that's great. You got to where you are, or by yourself, or maybe with the help from others. Perhaps you can go looking for someone else to help you grow your business, and that's fine too. Or you can join me, like Dan Corkill did. Dan, when he first joined me, still had a job. He was making $40,000 or $50,000 a year. He then came on board. We built his business up, and he just sold his business for $500 million. And it's by far the most amazing success story of the 3,500 people that I've helped. So it's absolutely not typical. It's certainly not likely, but I am still thrilled that I've seen that journey from job to a $500 million exit. And it just gives you an understanding that I have seen almost all these scenarios play out. So I hope you do join me. If you've got any questions, of course, just send me an email. The link is just below this video where you can join or ask a question.